It was 2 minutes. Hi, y'all.
Hello. Sorry
So
about the slight
sorry.
delay. Slight delay.
Yeah, I'm terrifically sorry. It's, I feel like it's my fault.
Oh no, it was mine. I didn't have any water or beverage or anything. So whatever. It's always someone's fault. No, no, no. That's
Well,
my
first
awkward, like, I don't want to blame anybody.
Oh, like I feel like this was my fault because I was like dicking off or doing something, and then because I was dicking off, you were like, "I'm gonna go get some water." So I'm like the main culprit of why this went poorly because I was like, "Let me do this thing," and then you're like, "Let me get some water," which makes sense. I do the same thing whenever you have to be like, "Oh, let me grab this thing." I'm like, "Let me grab this thing." All right, now that that is the intro to this
Yes.
party, hello everyone, welcome. I'm
I
Audra.
see a
Uh,
brand new face. My name is Emily. Jovis
Hi,
B here
Juvia.
from Teresa is Dead. Okay.
Um,
Love it. Welcome,
I am
everyone.
very excited. Hold on one second. Let me get that up and running. Yes. Look
Yes.
at me learning things and being somewhat good at my job. Um, so, for those of you who are new, I am Audra from Audra at Home, the channel you're on. This is Emily, the pastel vamp. Her channel is Emily Hanhan. She's fabulous
Yes.
and colorful and fun. She loves pastels, glitter, and multi-chrome goodness. That was weird. It sounds like
No,
we're
it was
doing like a radio
perfect.
show.
It was perfect. You were introducing me and slightly salesman me, selling me. That's the word, selling me, and that's
Yes.
okay. I'm glad. I'm happy for that.
Yes.
Um,
Ooh, the unorthodox Gemini is in the house. And what I was
welcome.
going to say is if you are not yet subscribed to the great and fabulous Emily, I suggest you do so. She makes very relaxing content, except for when she's mad. That's not relaxing, but it's still a good time.
It's often when you see new makeup nonsense bingo, but sometimes it's just random one-off videos. Um,
I know.
I'm not gonna spell what is okay, I'll just say what I was gonna say. It's usually white peopling is what makes me mad. And yes, I am a white person, but they are the people that often make me the most angry, whether it's brands or random other people that I'm not gonna say their name on stream right now.
Mm.
So, but yes, I'm really excited for tonight's topic. Hey, Esty, hola. Um, we might get some ranty Emily tonight, just like Ruthie said. Ruthie said, I like ranty Emily. I might get ranty. It probably won't. Well, no, I might get mad tonight too, because we're going to
I
be
know.
talking about like natural beauty and plastic surgery and editing. And I just called it when I was talking about it on Twitter earlier, like all the lies we get told all the time. Yes, you do
Yeah,
sound
I
like a
mean,
senior flight attendant or the best rock jock there is, because all the other rock jocks are terrible. Okay.
and please, for the love of all that is good and holy, please understand that one, these are opinions. Two, this is not a knock on you if you've had plastic surgery or
Oh, yeah.
Botox or anything. This isn't about you specifically. It is about a concept. And I'm hoping that all of us together can agree or disagree, but not in a rude, hateful, or shitty manner, because I do have mods and they don't tolerate bullshit. But and
The
neither
mod
do I.
hammer is strong. We don't
Yes.
tolerate it. I think I'm from all of the and also if you're new, Audra and I talk all the time besides our live streams. And I
Hmm.
can pretty much say that like I feel like we're both in that camp of like fucking do your plastic surgery. I don't care. And like there if I had excess money, there are things on my wish list, which maybe we can talk about tonight. I don't know if we'll get there.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. It's all about the marketing. It's all about the societal standards. That's like
Yeah.
quick boil down session of like do what you want to do if it's for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And super chats are lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can also, if you don't like doing the super chats because of the 30% take that the mob takes from us, you can find our Venmos, PayPals, all that good stuff down there. Now, to get started. Hey, BT Dubs, everybody's saying something. Before we actually get started, I have a couple of things. One, a lot of y'all are talking about my lippy lips, and I bet $5. I don't have it right here, like I took it in another room. It's from Laritzi, y'all. It's from Laritzi. This
I don't
is
even know that brand.
literally the only. I just discovered. I've had this for a long time, and I kept it from Declutters because I like this shade. But here's the thing: I have found the holy grail of liquid lip
Hmm. Okay.
because, bitch, when I tell you, I forgot it was on. That's never happened in the entirety of me wearing liquid lips. I've always been like, oh, let me put some gloss on this. Let me fix this shit up. Oh, I put on a mask because I was like, oh, I gotta go do some shit. Put on a mask. I was doing stuff, laying down. I had it on for hours. Went to go kiss Bo, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god, I still have on this lip. So this is from Laritzi. I'll go grab that at some point. And then it is palette week. And so I just wanted to tell you what's happening with my eyes with the palette week. And today it was a triple palette day. So if y'all want to, do looks and tag them hashtag palette week, so that way I can see them and also at me, so that way I know, because I'm trying to get myself to use my palettes more. So I dipped into the Kaleidos. I have the Futurism 3 Astro Pink, the Futurism 2 Cyber Bronze, and that's what I have on my eyes. Whoa.
That's amazing. I love the red, gray, as you said to me off camera earlier, Steel Souls kind of look. I actually happen to be using a palette today as well, which I don't normally do. We're both like singles lovers. I would say I converted Audra to the team of the Church of Singles.
You
the
did.
only religion I would ever consider. This is and my potato camera doesn't always do the best, so I always tend to post some kind of photo video on my Instagram, which stories, which is also linked down there. But this is the Glam Light Ice Cream palette. My very first time using it. And my lips, speaking of a lipstick that like I will forget that I have on, it's not transfer proof, but this is the House of Uni Wicked lipstick. Best black lipstick, liquid bullet ever that I've tried. It's a bullet lipstick, but it stays on, in my opinion, better than and more comfortable than a liquid lipstick. So I love doing the like pastel vamp look. So
Yeah. So now that all of the promoing and all the now that all the promos are done, what is really happening here? I'm going to pretend it's not happening because I'm not in the mood. There's something weird happening in the chat, and I don't know why. But I'm not going to. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. So whatever it is, I'm not in the mood for it.
Yep.
Which, you know me, I'm not gonna fuck with negativity. That's not how it works in this house. The earrings are from Whisper to the Moon. I'm only wearing one of them because you can't really see the other one hanging from this thing. And I know for a fact I'm gonna smack it against this thing and it was gonna irritate me. So I just wanted
And mine are from Shop Chloe She. She is also a makeup like influencer creator, but also makes clay, jewelry and other kinds of jewelry. So she's mostly on Instagram. No, she has Etsy too. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to say to get started is one of the things I find so interesting, and one of the things that even brought this up is I think last week we were talking about like Lisa Rinna Beauty or whatever, and she has her lip kits. And this really got me to thinking about that kind of marketing where she's like using her enhanced lips to sell a lip kit. And I really feel like, one, in the US, we don't have any guidelines that specifically state that you have to say that someone is surgically enhanced, which I think is important because there are legitimately people walking around who actually think that those are her lips. Like, and they're not stupid for thinking so. So my issue is we are marketing the idea of having this kind of look with makeup, which is impossible. Number one, it's like absolutely impossible.
First point, like impossible.
But we're also using somebody who is surgically enhanced to do it.
Yeah.
So it just seems, one, it's very frustrating. And I think what my biggest thing that I brought up was I get tired of the argument of, oh, well, young girls, women too. Let us stop for a second trying to, because I think a lot of young women actually have a better grip on it than a lot of us do at this point. So we have to realize that there are women my age, I'm 40 and older, who see this and don't realize because they're not in this sphere. They may not read celebrity magazines. They don't suck up all that information. So they're seeing this and they're like, Lisa Rinna's so beautiful, her lips. And they've never really been into celebrity mags and all of that stuff. So they don't really know that like their lips aren't going to look like that.
Well, and to clarify, like what you were saying when you're saying young girls, Audra is saying that oftentimes the like negativity and like kind of toxicity of kind of false advertising by
Mhm.
showing somebody that's cosmetically enhanced to sell a product. People
Yeah.
often focus on this is bad for young girls, this will affect how they view themselves, this will carry them through life. And I do think that's true, but I
Yes.
think what Audra is saying was like the 30, 40, 50-year-old women have already been carrying it through 30, 40, 50 years of their life. And only maybe in the last year, 5 years, maybe not at all, have they understood the message of like, one, this is surgery. And if you
Hmm.
choose to do it, that's totally okay, but that's not naturally going to happen. And, or two, that like, you don't have to fix your body to please a man, because that's my biggest, like, bottom line, my biggest issue with plastic surgery is not that anyone gets it, is
Yeah.
that women often get plastic surgery because they are trying to achieve a beauty standard that is for men. And there are a
Yeah.
lot of women and people who get plastic surgery who might be achieving a beauty standard that is set by men, but they're not doing it because of them, because they
Yeah.
have self-reflected and figured it out. But for a lot of older women, middle-aged, young, I mean like 30, 40, 50-year-old women, we're still in this mindset of like,
I'm
oh
not
no,
middle
that's
aged.
just yeah,
I'm just kidding.
not 20-year-old women,
I'm
like,
just kidding.
um, so, like, is it Laritzi or Laritza? Or do you remember?
Laritzi. Let me go
Okay,
grab that. Like I
okay,
can still hear you, so I'll grab it right quick
okay.
because it's not gonna. I got to get my eye drops anyway.
Um, but yeah, I think that there's just this perspective of, um, it's so important for young girls to hear a different perspective about how you like kind of look at your body and all of that. And it is true, but I think there's a lot more women, older women, who are carrying that. And also the problem that I see is that those older women are sometimes mentors, bosses, aunts, moms, wives, like, or no, not wives, no, but like they are older people in younger people's lives, and they reinforce those like toxic mindsets. So, if anybody here has had a mom or aunt or someone in their life who has like judged their body because it doesn't look like what we see in the magazines, that's what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
that's why changing it at this upper level is important, because even though I still think that Kylie got away with absolute highway robbery because she was advertising her lips to teenagers and young kids
Yes.
and getting away with selling a whole lot of liquid lipstick kits for that, there's way more than just Kylie that we can like talk about, and Lisa Rinna Beauty is one of them.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it logically, a woman my age who doesn't watch YouTube, right? Doesn't know a lot about the behind the scenes, a lot about Photoshop, like understands that it happens, but really doesn't get it, right? So what she is getting is a lot of media portraying what 40 should look like. So we get a lot of stuff that shows women that 40 should look like you have no lines in your face, your stomach is what stomach, we don't know her, like all of these things are supposed to be happening. And imagine the stress and pressure that you have. You're already, many women are already mothers, and Emily and I were talking about this. Like, you're expected to be a MILF, which we'll get into that in some more detail at another point. But you're expected to be a MILF. You're expected to be a good mom. You're expected to, you're doing it all. So you also have to work. And all the while, all of these products are selling to you with people with surgically enhanced faces, giving you the idea that you could look like that if you use it. Yes, that exactly.
Yeah, Visions of You is pointing out, and Sophie earlier pointing out all these different examples, and I think it's so interesting when you start really, okay, the Photoshop thing is fascinating because I don't think people understand just how minute
Mm,
tweaks lots and lots and lots of little tweaks can change you into a different person, a different body. It's not the like dramatic kind of grossly like House of Mirrors stretching and like where the arms look like they're weird proportions or where the lines are all
Yeah,
blurred.
it's not like
No,
you're
no, no.
no.
It's much more, it's much more particular. I would consider it an art form for better or worse. Hey Ruby. Um, but it's very, very specifically done that way these days so that people aren't thinking that they're seeing an edited image. They think it's
Correct.
been perfected, but they don't really understand what it's gone through to
Which is
get there.
why there was such an outcry. Because if anybody watched Jen Love's live on Sunday, there was such an outcry or in her What's Up in Makeup against Khloe Kardashian representing Ipsy for like a natural beauty campaign. Bitch, what?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
So, and this is what I'm saying. If I, me personally, if I had work done, I would not really consider it natural beauty at that point. For me, like if I did it and somebody approached me, said, Audrey, we would like to feature you in such and such, or we'd like you to be our ambassador for the, I would categorically, even though the money would probably change my life, be like, no. And the reason I would be no, I would say no, isn't because I'm ashamed of the work I've had done. It's because I would say I'm not a natural beauty at this point. Like this has been worked. And
Yeah.
it's completely different than putting on makeup, which is I think sometimes with some of these misogynistic people, men and women, like just people in general, the misogynist people, when they're talking about this and putting on makeup, I think that they're actually confusing makeup with plastic surgery and Photoshop. So in
Mhm.
their minds, they think it's all the same. And it's like, no, no, no. This, when this comes off, I'm still going to look like a bad bitch, period.
Yeah.
But like this comes off and like nothing, my face is, this is my face. The thing about these women and men also and people using plastic surgery and advertising this to us and constantly, especially using the term natural and like natural beauty, that is so frustrating is that so many of us know that that's not true. So when you're looking at somebody and they're like, oh, she's not wearing makeup. And I'm like, yes, but fun fact, she has fillers and she has this and she has this and she has,
Yeah.
so your reality is, well, yes, her skin looks smooth and mostly poreless, and that's not even with the touch ups. A lot of that is because of the fillers, which if I could afford, listen, your girl would have all this, like, there would be no wrinkles here. Period. Okay. $2,000, nothing here. And
Yeah.
like a couple of these wrinkles would not exist. But when you're
That's not
advertising to
reality right
people,
now. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I also think it even goes another layer to like your skincare and your access to dermatologist and the like the money that you have to pay for all these different treatments and higher
Mhm.
end skincare and facials and lasers. And while people don't often think of, they're not plastic surgery, but
Mhm.
I think of them as cosmetic procedures in a
Yeah.
way. And that's okay. And again, all of this is all good. I just particularly hate even the concept of natural beauty. Like
Yeah.
that on a baseline makes no fucking sense to me
Correct.
because like we're using, you want me to smear like beet juice in dirt on my eyes? I could probably look like you, or like I could probably do some badass motherfucking look. I don't want to, but that is natural beauty. And
Yeah.
like you're not going to put somebody with stained cheeks and like smoky brown eyes in your natural beauty thing. Yeah, but it's
I did
just
too. Noxzema,
same.
I used to
Yeah.
wash my face with Noxzema. So it's so if and you're right, the term natural beauty is very, very upsetting because there is this implication that barefaced means natural and
Yeah.
that like that is your best beauty state. I I like how I look when I look how I like when I look. Like if that sentence
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, it
So
does.
it's very frustrating to constantly see these companies putting someone forward and being like, get this look, but I can't. Like, even, for instance, like Jaclyn Hill has had quite a bit of work, apparently, that we don't really
Yeah.
know, allegedly. um and some other varying other influencers do too. And this is where the issue comes in, is I feel like there's a lot of influencers who don't necessarily, especially when it comes to
Agreed.
thank
Agreed.
you, especially when it comes to skincare. This is a place where I get extremely bothered, because your skin is completely different when you have had some of these. Ooh, yes, I love
That
that.
line, "I am my own dream woman."
I
Oh, that
know.
just makes my heart so happy.
I
Okay.
know. But it's it's
Love
it's a thing where, like, if you are an influencer and a company approaches you about skincare, for you to literally not say, like, by the way, I have this done and this done and this, so it is going to act a little bit differently on my skin. It's going to look smoother. I might look dewier than you might look,
yeah.
because of like what's happening. Like, there's something directly underneath the surface. Like, being able to even explain that to people so that they don't feel like they're doing it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
something frustrating about, like, looking at somebody and going, why can't I achieve that kind of perfection? And I don't, because I'm poor, because I'm
Yeah,
poor, honey.
exactly. Because most of us are. Most of us are not in a place where we can, consistently buy the fanciest of skincare, get all the nips and tucks and fills that we want to get. And and like that's just the way life is. But I think that and you know what? It's interesting. I hadn't thought about that point of it where like especially if you are an influencer on YouTube where you have a platform where you have the time where you could talk about it, even just doing a video, even just one video talking about the ways in which your skincare looks different or looks better because of your cosmetic procedures would be hugely educational because I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that in terms of the skincare of like I understand it in terms of no makeup, like what you're showing, what you're how you're being photographed, but in terms of like getting PR, talking about skincare, all of that, like I understood it in that like you might not have the same wrinkles people have, or you might not have as many issues because your skin is bright. So you're not like fixing brightness or things like that, but just the way products lay or affect like or
Mhm.
affect the skin. I hadn't really like thought about it in that way. So
Yeah, because I think it warps that sense, and this is, for me. I'm always going to say this. I'm never going to feel like there's anything wrong with doing anything
yeah.
to whatever you want to do. As long as you are happy, then be happy, and as long as it's not like bankrupting you. Hopefully, please don't bankrupt yourself getting beautiful, more beautiful than
Yeah.
you already are. But then I'm happy for you. Do you? But I think my biggest concern starts coming when it's like, okay, but you're like marketing as if this product did it. And I love that you said that, somebody else had said, nobody believes Jennifer Aniston uses Aveeno. That's
Yeah.
the other thing. Like, we were talking about, we know that celebrities aren't using this, and yes, they're marketing it, but we know that they don't, and yet it's still messes with your head, and you're like, I'm gonna, because, like, listen, I started using Noxzema just because the Noxzema girl looked stunning. She Noxzema girl was like living her best life. Noxzema girl is also the murderer, an urban legend. Moving on. um, I was like, Noxzema girl up to some shit. But
I just love these three comments back to back or like Feffy, how to achieve a flawless natural look. Step one, money. Leary, yes, Feffy. Step two, jeans.
yes.
Christine, does water come after money and jeans?
Water is my least favorite thing that people use to tell you that, like, you're good, because everybody consumes like water differently and requires different amounts of water. And like, people will just tell you that if you're having a breakout, drink some water. I'm like, bitch, I ain't thirsty, and that's not what works for me. But okay. Um, but and Fevy had brought up talking about um the way that we talk about ourselves without makeup, right?
Mhm.
Because we're not fitting the natural beauty aesthetic. When I don't have makeup on, I still don't fit the natural beauty aesthetic. And it's like it's basically a visco girl,
Well,
blonde,
and because Gabby
Alicia
said
Silverstone in the 90s.
standard beauty is warped by skinny, light skinned beauty standards.
Hmm.
Like thin, white, blonde, blue eyes.
Yeah.
That's natural beauty. And you're just like, so when you're not that from the baseline,
Yes.
where is there to go? So
Because if you
that's
don't have
why,
the sun-kissed hair and the messy bun and the high cheekbone, like you have to have all of these things to be
yeah,
naturally beautiful. So when you have, someone who's been surgically enhanced sitting in front of us, like the Real Housewives and all of them. And it's like, yeah, of course she doesn't look terrible without her makeup. Like, this is why you can see these people who look at you and will legitimately stare you in the face with a picture of this woman and be like, see, I like my women to not be wearing makeup. And I'm like, do you also have money to pay for my surgeries? Because the reason that she's able to pull this off and not look like a crypt keeper at 56 with no makeup is because there's a lot of work that went into it. And shit, I would do it too, but I'm just saying she doesn't look decrepit because she has the money to not look decrepit. Like,
also
it's,
I think of the other part of it where like you said visco girl and I'm like also yes natural beauty getting advertised by like 18-year-olds
yes,
and I'm like I remember what did I see was it's not just like Lancome but I feel like Lancome was one of those brands where I saw like a very young model advertising the skincare and I'm just but what and Tia has a good question like okay so we kind of have talked about like why it's toxic, why it's problematic, but like and the things that drive us, up the wall, but like how do we change or what do we change?
so first, I want to. I do not even want to use the term natural beauty anymore,
Same.
and we also need to change this whole no makeup look. That will also help because both things are dumb. Like my natural beauty in my natural state, I am gassy. My teeth are generally not brushed. I, my hair is doing the most. My armpits can sometimes smell like onions. And I'm like, I have dog slobber on my shirts. You know what I mean? Like that is natural beauty if we're going to say natural beauty. But also, if we're going to keep using the term, it has to encompass everyone. It can't encompass a very specific type of woman. And and I say this because I've been watching a lot of movies with Alicia Silverstone in them lately. So Alicia Silverstone was like the height of 90s natural. She was
Oh,
actually, if
absolutely.
we're going to get into it, she was like the Lolita of the times. And so,
Yeah.
she has the sun-kissed hair, the just like the pristine kind of oval face that looks like kind of confused, cherubic, like she's got the
Yeah.
chubbiest cheeks where she was just like,
But
oh,
still
and
super skinny. She's not
yeah,
cherubic, an old painting of
oh no,
angels where
just
they're
in the face.
chubby and no, but just a little fluff.
Well, yeah, and it's important for Lolita-esques to have the
Yes.
baby face. It
Yeah.
doesn't work without it. So she had the baby face. She looked very like, and in everything she was in, hardly a stitch of makeup, right? She just looks like,
This Sarah.
uh, yeah,
My BFF keeps asking me why we can't get Glossier makeup to work for her. I kindly tell her we are almost 40.
yeah.
I
I don't care to use. Here's the thing: if I'm wearing makeup, I want to be wearing fucking makeup. Period.
yeah.
Like if you like no makeup, good for you. But I just want to be wearing makeup. Like, and I don't
Yeah.
want to do all of this extra work. Every time I try to do a no makeup look, it takes me so fucking long to
And
try to not look like I have makeup on.
it's not an enjoyable thing. So I think that's like the
Mhm.
thing I mean, I don't think I've done it before, but like I want to keep not doing is not doing these no makeup looks because I have the little bit of like the audience that I have, the influence that I have. And so if I can continue to say like the concept of no makeup. Oh, bye Sharon. Oh, I'm hearing echo, but I don't know. But the concept of no makeup is bullshit. And it's continuing this lie of like, I just look like this, so that men can continue to throw it in our face and say, well, I just like a woman that looks like this. And I'm like, she's wearing very specifically put together no makeup that's going to take her about an hour and a half to do in the morning when you just want to take her out to brunch. So stop. Like, that's basically what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I mean, because to me, whenever you're doing like you have like no makeup is a chore for me. If you're really good at it, Godspeed. But like to me, I the amount of effort that goes into it because you have to do your highlight just right so it's not blinding and it looks like that's your skin and then like oh don't
Oh,
make
I
sure
didn't think about baby lips. Oh,
yeah that
oh,
was creepy.
that.
I remember that was creepy. So
Okay.
it is a lot of work and you're like having to choose the exact right mascara and like do you understand that when you're doing no makeup and you decide to put eyeliner on, y'all, how close you have to be to your lash line is unreal. And like using the right color and you're just like let me just like make my whole life miserable making no makeup. So
I
so
wouldn't even do eyeliner, I think, if I
no,
was
you like
like,
if you wanna achieve the big eye, because what you do if you
oh,
wanna
like
do the big eye, you have to put, like so basically what you have to do is put, like, black eyeliner, and it's not on your whole eye, right? It's right in the center. It's very, very, very close to the lash line, and then you use, like, this intense mascara that gives you the whoosh, and then that little bit of a line makes your eyes look bigger and also makes your eyelashes bigger, so you're like, "I'm not wearing any makeup, I look like this, like, I promise, just don't put my face on a white pillow, okay, thank you."
and
Like
my tiny eyes are gonna be like, "Ha ha," to trying to do that. Like, big eyes, what the fuck are those? But also, I've seen people do that where they open it and they, like, use a brush, but they, like, stick it. Like,
Mhm.
it's not up here. They're, like, coming in almost under, trying to, like, stick it in between where the lashes are, so it
Yeah.
just covers up the skin, and I'm just like, without glasses, that's not gonna happen. With glasses, it's not gonna happen.
I feel
Yeah.
like there's less room for error with no makeup. So I spend more time perfecting it and I'm like, I could have just dumped my face in glitter and be happier. I'm finished. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, my biggest wish with plastic surgery when it comes to plastic surgery and any of the enhancements is one, I think that it needs to be a requirement that an ad state if the participant has surgery. And I know people will say, well, that infringes on the rights of the person who had the surgery. I don't care. And here's why I don't care, because you're doing advertising and if you are going to advertise, then you want to be truthful. The only reason you would care about saying that you had plastic surgery is because you don't want anybody to know that you had plastic surgery if you're 52 and you don't want to look 52. That has to end. So like you're being fake as fuck with your advertising and you wouldn't want to tell people because you don't want to talk about it. Well, everybody speculates that you had work done. And anytime somebody asks you, you dodge the question, be like, I don't know. Maybe it's just my gene. It's not. We saw you 5 years ago. But the thing is, like we saw you starting to droop 5 years ago. There ain't nothing wrong with aging, but we saw it happening and now it's gone, and then you look at actresses who've done that in Hollywood and how it ruined some of their careers. Like Meg Ryan, her career got ruined by her plastic surgery.
Well,
And
and
who else? Renee
goes
Zellweger. Ugh.
this goes to like the bigger thing is that people should be able to disclose they have plastic surgery and nothing happen. Like, there should be no judgment. The company
Correct.
shouldn't care. The company that's advertising with them should not care and should not mind to just put in the tiniest of print, just like they've started doing now with false lashes and mascara ads. They don't have to dictate everything that was done. They just say the model has had cosmetic procedures completed on their face prior to advertising. Like, it
Yeah.
could just be something as simple as that. But that is what it comes down to is that people should be able to get plastic surgery and it's not a judgment because again, this is a game of women can't win. You can't age because then like you won't get hired to do anything and you'll be considered ugly and useless. You can't get bad plastic surgery because then you'll lose your career that way. You can't tell people you've gotten plastic surgery, but people know you have plastic surgery and they talk behind your back. So it's like, what the fuck is like what I
Yeah.
come back to so often.
And it's not just women who are affected by this, because we've seen what has happened to males who have done and had plastic surgery, Kenny Rogers. And so like and how that, because I feel like also that many of them who have what I would consider not great, could have been better. Maybe they would have had better work if it was acceptable to get the work done.
Exactly.
You know, like,
Exactly.
without naming names, but I feel like there are several celebrities who potentially would have had better work if it was acceptable for them to get work and not be like hiding behind it,
Totally.
because Mickey Rourke, exactly.
But I
And
was
I mean,
gonna say
it's
the
turned his career into something interesting.
age gracefully is like natural beauty. That can
Yeah.
fuck off and die as well for
Yeah,
me.
there's really not a way to age gracefully, because we're marching. Hi, Cecily. We're marching towards death. There's not a like graceful way to. We're like that's a weird thing to say. So like, if plastic surgery rates would go down if women were taught that they are beyond the way they look.
Not just taught if we were treated. It's not just
Yeah.
about teaching. It's not about teaching us. It's about teaching men.
Yes.
It's about teaching us too. There's plenty of
Yeah.
women that do it, but the power in our society is still held by men in most capacities. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's like exactly, Carly. This is something that I like. I like that people are talking about this as well as talking about your Photoshop. I do not Photoshop my pictures. Okay, there's no reason to. It's for me. One, hold on. Okay, all right. It's just sweat. I'm not wearing any underwear. It's kind of weird. I was like, is there a bug crawling on my chocha? Nope. All right, moving on.
I've been
Just
there.
sweat. That happened to y'all. Apologies. 3703. All right.
Happens.
But here's the thing. I think it's important because I don't edit my pictures. I have it on, I think I have it set on. Um, I have it for blurring in the background,
The
whatever that is, like
portrait mode,
the
like, or
focus. Like,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, it's like something focused.
Yeah.
And listen, I can tell you with that one, if you don't get it right, it makes you look like hot garbage.
Or it
Wow.
edits you, at least on the iPhone, or you can like edit yourself to look smooth. Like they don't
Like
say that's what they're doing, but they
like that
like
Freddy Krueger
they
meme.
heighten the contours, they like heighten the shadows and the highlights. And like I can see how people could take that too far. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
It, like it, the reason I don't edit my photos is because I spent too much time when I first got into um beauty and beauty Instagram. I don't edit them because I feel very strongly that when we keep doing this, one, for me personally, I started to have difficulties liking me, unedited me. And like back when I did do it, it was like everybody edits and I have to be a person who edits my photos. And then it seemed like it was just destroying me at some point. Like I
Yeah.
spent so much time trying to pick like a pick and be like, which one should I post? And after I pick it, now I've got to pick it apart. I've got to whiten my eyes. I've got to make sure that like the darks of my eyes are sparkly because I have black eyes, you know? So it's like do this and do that and make sure my face looks thinner and fix this and remove this, that. And I'm just like, and by the time I'm done, it's like I'm smooth and poreless. And some people, if you have not seen that Freddy Krueger meme, like that literally destroys me every time somebody posts it, because it's like how you look before the filters and it's like Freddy Krueger's all, and then how you look after it, it's just completely like it's unreal. It freaks me out. And there are people who still are like, and here's another thing, people who don't know how to use Photoshop, right? And how to edit their photos, specifically a lot of us older ladies, they're the ones wandering around looking smooth,
Well,
and
or they're
nobody has
using
the ability to tell them.
Facetune. And it's
Like,
taking I think it's Facetune right now because that's more on your phone. And again, you can take Facetune real far. I do edit. I
there's
play
a
with
few
like
of them.
the,
I had a
the
different app than Facetune because
oh
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
I have
Yeah.
whatever that thing is that is an
There's like a
Apple.
ton of them now. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I'll adjust the lighting, the warmth, the saturation because my light is so yellow that even in front of my box lights, like I do like to play with that in that way, but I don't do the minute editing. I wanted to point this out. So Jennifer said, isn't there a small part for actresses though that do it for themselves, meaning they get to a certain age, mom age, they don't want to play the mom, they want to play the 20 something. But again, this is the system. This is
Yeah.
the system at work. This is not them being like, well, I can now only go out for mom roles. No, it's their agents and their and everything saying, okay, well, these are the roles you can do now. So again, if the systems were changed, if misogynist patriarchal bullshit wasn't a issue, then they wouldn't be pigeonholed to now just be the mom.
Well, and here's the thing. I remember when plastic for me because I'm the resident old bitch of YouTube. I remember when plastic surgery started to skyrocket, and coincidentally, I feel like it took place around the time that American Pie came out.
Mm,
Follow me here. So when American Pie came out, you had um, Stifler's mom, who MILF. This is where all we got all this milfiness and where all of this started. So you suddenly had women who were in their 40s at this point when this movie came out, watched it with their teenagers or whatever, and this aesthetic started to become very important, not just to older men, but also to young boys, like to a 17-year-old boy, an 18-year-old boy. It suddenly became very important for women to still be attractive. And I say this because I remember that there was a period of time in the 80s, like the mid to late 70s and like most of the 80s, where women could get away with being, like, for instance, a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife, or even if she worked, they could get away with not necessarily having to be like top notch because things had changed. Like women were entering the workforce and
yeah.
all of this. But then like the 90s started coming and we got really like angsty and hated everything. And honestly, I think this might be our fault. But the thing that changed is like as women started entering the workforce more and started to become more powerful in the workforce, it was also important that you still be attractive. So women in the workforce were already experiencing this pressure, but now it started to slide home to any woman who was at home. So imagine that you have worked your ass off, you have given birth to your children, you keep your house clean, you're doing the laundry, you're making sure everything goes well around your home, all the activities, you are the calendar keeper. And now, on top of all of that bullshit, you have to be a MILF. So this is when, because I remember they used to call them like the mommy package. When women started going and getting a package for moms, basically, and I don't know if they still call it that, but essentially what it was they were getting stuff done to look milfy, like tummy tuck, this, that, and doing all these little things that move this around. And it, yeah, okay. And
And
the
And
whole
it's
thing
not
is,
just moving things around, it's moving the things around that got moved around because you had kids.
yes,
Your
the
boobs might
mommy
sag
makeover.
because you started, breastfeeding. You have a tummy tuck, you might have scars if you had a C-section. Like, y- uh,
Yeah, it is
uh,
the mommy
uh,
makeover, and they still do
uh,
it. So it's
the
like,
all of this.
yeah, it
And
grosses you out, huh?
well, I didn't realize how annoying the MILF was until we were talking about it the other day
Mhm.
because I'm like, why all of a sudden are you not fuckable? Why is it that once you complete the next step in what a woman should be, which is have kids, now you're not fuckable? Okay, so
Correct.
you're done now, basically. You're like, you were fuckable, you found somebody, you got married, you had the kids, now you're out the pasture. Like,
Yes.
what? And so now you have to actively fight against that to be the mom I'd like to fuck. If I'm with somebody and I'm also a mom, you just don't want to fuck me. Otherwise, I'm not going to be with you.
And that's the harsh reality. Is like they invented a mommy makeover around an idea, right? Like around the idea of MILF, like and the idea of being MILFy and it's weird because I can guarantee that in this chat, the women here who have had children in no way want their like teenage son's friends to be like, oh my god, your mom's so hot.
To be Stacy's mom?
Like,
Yeah,
yes,
no. Like, no. Why?
no.
And then the
I get
predatory
uncomfortable
part
when
of
a
it.
teenage boy looks at me too long. I'm like, you're looking a little too long, son. Look away. Look away. Because this is illegal. Like get away from me.
Yeah.
This is illegal. Like like 5 years ago, I've had 17-year-olds hit on me, and I was like, no.
I just realized I just clicked what a push
Oh
present
yeah.
is.
Push presents have become the new thing. And it's like, I don't understand why. So the very idea of that came through, and I remember this because not too long after that,
Tia, you are not a trash can. I'm sorry.
you are not a trash can. Oh my god, I'm fucking dead.
I know you didn't say you were a trash can. You said you're not mistaken for one, but
That was Tia. No. I am finished. I am finished. I can't breathe.
that too. It's the mommy makeover is like erasing the physical reminder of the amazing achievement of
Yeah,
creating
and
a
let me
birthing
like, and I
life.
live in a fairly like affluent Stacey's mom neighborhood. All right.
Becca, Stacy's mom goes to the MILF like trope, the mom I'd like to fuck, and how women have to come back from birthing and motherhood to become the mom I like to fuck because of society.
Yeah, because like if you look backwards, women just got old. Like they dyed their hair, whatever. But and even if they had work done, it was extreme. It was fairly subtle way back then. Like
Mhm.
I'm not saying it wasn't happening. I'm saying for the most part, it was fairly subtle. A lot of it was just facelifts. Sometimes it wasn't subtle, John Collins, but like sometimes it wasn't subtle, Elizabeth. So we were like, whoa. Um, but in the 90s, in the mid to late 90s and into the 2000s, this is when you started to see a change in mom behavior. So not only did you have to be a MILF, this is also like this, we could talk about this subject for an eternity because you also started to see like white suburban moms like listening to hip hop, like white suburban soccer moms listening to hip hop. And now all of a sudden they all had Escalades with rimps on them and they were like wearing the sparkly design jeans and they had on like tank tops with their fake
And
titties
like
up.
the
It was getting
juicy
intense.
jumps, the juicy
Yes,
top and like the pair with like the little a little white tank underneath, and it's literally the Mean Girls mom. It's Amy Poehler, like,
yes,
but like heightened and in a more sexualized way.
yes. And it got really like, and it's still weird. It's still weird for me to like look at these women. I'm just like, lady, it's all right. Like I'm not, and I can't. I'm not saying I'm any better. I'm like, I went out today in like my most Victorian of skirts that I own, and let me tell you, I felt like a powerful ass bitch. By the way, nobody bothered me. It was amazing. I just walked as tall as I could. I'm 5'8", had on 2-inch heels, so it's 5'10". Maybe it was 3,
Fuck
so maybe
yeah.
it's 5'11". I was like doing the most, and I like
You
had
were basically 6 feet
strength.
tall.
Anyways, that's neither here nor there. The point is, I feel like there was so much and continues to be so much pressure for women to get plastic surgery. And I worry about this trend because not because I don't want people to have plastic surgery. I worry about it because I don't want to see more Heidi Montags. I don't want to see more people who go under the knife doing all of this shit because they want to be like everyone and they want to fit in and they want to meet the standards of beauty and they want to meet what society says is beauty. However, they can't do
Yeah.
it.
And it's I think it's especially sad because if you reach that realization, you've had all of this work done. And I think for me, the whole plastic surgery thing also goes to like, again, like I mean, I said this kind of first thing is that if you want to get that work done, if like there are certain things for me that I would like to get done that I truly think I have done the work
Same.
internally on myself where I'm like, okay, this is something that I want. It's not because of what I've been exposed to my whole life in terms of what a
Yeah.
woman should, what their body should be like, what, but I feel like for so many of these women who kind of get stuck in this, okay, well, now I have to be a MILF or whatever it might be. If you reach that point where you've had all this work done and now you're like, wait, I'm still not there. I'm still not either my husband is still making comments about how I look or what my body looks like, or I just look in the mirror and I don't see it, even if it's there. Body dysmorphia is real and fucking terrible. It's like it's bad. It's just it haunts a lot of women, I'll say, and men, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But
Because I know for sure, listen, if I make it big on YouTube, y'all gonna be the first ones to see these little babies. Next time I'll be in a live stream, they'll just be right up here. I'll be like,
same. I'm like a lift. I
I'll
would like a lift and some and a little like a
just be
cup,
sitting here
like
like
a
this. Y'all
cup.
be like,
I'll
like
be
a little.
zoomed
I'm like,
out
a
more
little
and
plastic surgery.
and
You damn
yeah,
right.
exactly. I'll be zoomed out more and I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah, I'll
I'm
be
back.
sitting here like good camera, zoomed out, boobies up, also smaller. But like that will be up and
But
small.
yeah, but like I think it is really sad when because there are ways to reverse certain procedures, but I think the concept of going through all of the pain, all of the upkeep, all of everything, and if you do reach that point when you realize like I'm still not happy, I still don't feel like I'm where I want to be and I've had all of this work done, where is there to go? That's where you get the cat lady, which if you don't know, just Google cat lady plastic surgery, you will get there. Like
That always scares me.
that's the
But I'm
thing that
glad
I
she's
also
happy.
think is that a lot of these plastic surgeons, in my opinion, keep telling people to get more work done. When you
Or
come in
don't
to
say
get
no
one
is the thing.
thing, well,
They
or
don't.
but I've heard a lot of stories from real people that are like, I went in to try to get one thing done, and they try to talk me into five things. Like as like a you're already under the knife, let's just do all these other things. Not huge things, but like all these little tweaks. It's kind of like Photoshop. You do
You're
these
right.
little tweaks, you do these little tweaks, you do these little tweaks. So if you get to a point where you're like, I still have not reached what I thought I was going to reach, I feel like there's two extremes that you either like head into like a lot more surgery and you look even more extreme and not a good way, or like you're like, well, great, I'm depressed.
I know you're
Because,
leaving like I am uglier than I thought I was.
like, I know that it's not that black and white in terms of what happens for people, but those are like the two extremes that I could see happen, and it's not that uncommon in my opinion. No.
Well, and DJ, here's the thing. So for those of y'all who are listening because you're making dinner or
Oh,
whatever
this
you're
I
doing,
didn't read. Yes.
you said this sounds odd, but in a way, I'm kind of glad I default don't fit societal standards, i.e., not white or ambiguous, because I kind of just opt out of everything. That was true-ish. However, we have Lil Kim. We also have Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we have more and more famous Vivica Fox. We have more and more famous Black women that are having work to look, some of them more colonized. And so,
Such a nice
they
way
look
to put
so
it, Becca.
Anglo. They've done all this work to look Anglo and to fit in, because there's also a part of this that we kind like that I have like maybe barely glazed over, but like because we talked about having money, right? But there's also a large amount of people who don't have to have the money anymore. You don't have to have all this money anymore because was it who said it?
I
Who
think
said it?
Elise, payment plans.
Elite, because of the payment plans. So this used to be out of range. Like if I got a job tomorrow and started working, I could quite literally just walk in to a plastic surgery place because I don't even know that they're necessarily doing it on credit. It's one of these things where they put together a payment plan for you, and the only time it's going to hit your credit is if you don't pay. Then they're going to be like, but and then some of them have payment plans because it depends on how you do it. If you do it like care credit, then like it's paid for up front, they do the surgery. But then payment plans allow you to basically like keep paying and paying and paying and paying. And then once you're ready to pay for it, like pay it off, then they're like, okay, let's schedule your surgery. And you're like, yay, new titties. And that's like I shouldn't be able to afterpay.
Yeah, but there are, I feel like there are things like care credit. There are other ones
Mhm.
where you can kind of pay for it after it happens. Like you have it, maybe you pay a chunk of it up front, but then you're paying for it after it's done.
So care credit is basically a credit card for healthcare. So
Yeah,
what you
no,
use with care credit is you bring in your
oh, I know.
card and you're like, boom, and it pays for all of it, but you're still paying for it after they got paid. So
Yeah,
they're
that's
going to
what
do
I,
the
yeah,
procedures, but you're still
yeah, that's
paying
what I
for
mean. But you can get the procedure done
it. Yeah.
before it's technically all paid for on your end. It's just wait, what was I gonna say? But I do want to say I understand what Deja is saying and where Deja's coming from,
Yeah.
because while there's been a lot of the pressures of society, of family, of everyone, of like this like ideals of beauty, the standards of beauty that have affected me over my life. I say this a lot, where it's like being fat my whole life kind of helped me put up a barrier of like, well, look, and this is either when I was in the process of trying to not be fat and it wasn't successful, I was like, well, I'm still fat. Or now that I am where I am now in my life, I'm like, that's just not who I am. I'm never gonna even be curvy. I'm never gonna be in that standard of like, that kind of body type. And that really like kind of set me in a mental place where I'm like, well, if I'm not gonna be there, then I don't fucking care about all the rest, about long blonde hair, and all of that. Like, it is interesting how that can kind of put you in a slightly safer place in some
Yeah,
ways.
and that is true because like being black, is a lot that I can opt out of. I think there's a lot of it where I can just be like, I'm not going to be blonde, but like so that's fine. Like it is what it is. Like I can't.
Or like, I'm gonna burn if I try to tan, and I don't want to do bottle tan, so I'm never gonna be like the weird medium skin tone that's very popular, or the orange. It's It is medium. It's not. It's ambiguous. It's what everyone says. Where
Medium
you're
skin
still
tone is so hot
white,
right now.
where you're still white, but you're not uncooked chicken. Like, you're just right in the middle of the ombre. You're right in the
You're
middle.
cracking me up. Like that's all I hear is like Will Ferrell just saying that medium skin tone is so hot right now. Don't
Yeah.
be too dark or too light. Nobody likes that. But yeah, I mean, I think that at the end of the
Yes,
day, like
spicy white. Thank you. That's the phrase. That's the iconic
absolutely
phrase.
not.
Spicy white.
Dion, listen to me, because I was just talking to Miss Tony about
I
this
see
the
those
other
too.
day.
Spicy white.
I do not believe in spicy white, and I want it to stop. Period. Period. Just be white. It's fine. There is no spicy white. It doesn't exist. Um, just it's fine. Just like because what happens as with all good things, somebody ruins it. It got ruined
Oh,
a
it's
long
been ruined. Yeah, it's been
time.
ruined.
You just have like random, and they're like, I grew up in the hood. I'm spicy white. I'm like, you're not. Like, let's just stop. Let's just
This
be proud of
medi-
whatever color you are. It's fine.
medium skin tone, aka this foundation range sucks, but Tati thinks it's amazing, so I'm gonna wear it too.
And so, like, all of this to say, there's nothing wrong with plastic surgery. I don't like how it is used to advertise to people without it saying explicitly that this person has been surgically enhanced. I would want it to say that. If I had a breast job and I'm over here modeling a freaking bra, I want it to say like uh, Audra has had a breast augmentation.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I haven't announced it to everybody yet or whatever. Like, I wanted to say that because I want you to know that the reason my boobies look so amazing in this bra is because, like, they don't even need the bra. Like,
Well,
to
I
be
was gonna
fair,
say, I know that you would be in some kind of cult if you're advertising a bra. There's no bra life.
I know I'm still doing it.
Or
It's amazing.
or they would have been like, here's $1 billion. And you're like, okay.
I'll be in the bra. See y'all later.
Yeah. Strap me in. Strap these babies in.
But yeah, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, I don't mind that people have plastic surgery. I don't care if you have gotten filler. I don't care if you have Botox. I don't care if you had facials and facelifts, but just be mindful of the fact that there are people down here below in the lower echelons of the world who, one, don't have access to a lot of those things, but two, don't know that you have done it, especially if it's not something that you've said. Um, but at the same time, it's very important that our advertising pays attention to and explicitly tells people that what's been done. Yes, Carol, I'm right up here. Be like,
It's like,
and that's my main argument with talking about any of this is it needs to be explicitly out there saying to people this thing, because we take it for granted that, like, oh, everybody knows it's Photoshop. They don't all know. Like, everybody doesn't
no.
consume social media the same way, and we forget that. Like, there are a lot of people who watch YouTube, but they don't watch beauty YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, they watch gamer YouTube, they watch cooking YouTube. So it never occurs to them to think that any of these like photos of people are doctored, especially because like I do YouTube. So it would never occur to somebody to think that my photo is doctored, because they'd be like, "Oh, well, she's a regular person." You know, and like that's the thing. Like, oh, well, she's a regular person. She wouldn't be doing that. And then like you meet me in public and you're like, "Girl, you are dark. I didn't realize you were so dark." Like, oh.
But I don't even think it's just you to YouTube, because I'm thinking about it now where I'm like, so because like I've heard a lot of people talk about how like you will see, people talk about when you see a beauty YouTuber on camera versus when you see a still photo on Instagram, and how a lot of times that's how you can really see like how much they fucking edit their photos. But now I'm thinking, I'm like, but the same thing could be true with like celebrities in like movies and TV versus still photos. Like, I still think it's toxic. I still
Yeah.
think that you can still see somebody on Instagram and be like, "Oh yeah, they edit that photo. Like that's not really what they look like. They look like this." But you're still seeing it. You're still getting influenced. And I think unless you really do the work to actively say, "I don't have to look like that. I don't want to look like that," or whatever it might be. Yes, and because it's like
Mhm.
a bigger thing, because again, I still think that in particular men give all this pressure to be these natural beauties, these no makeup or these no makeup beauties, when they're looking at like photoshopped face-tuned bullshit, and they're like,
Yes.
"I like my woman like this, like no makeup, like I wake up like this." And I'm like, in your pornos they do, in your dreams, but
So
like this is not real life.
let me see if I can share this with y'all, because like I just Googled it right now as to like what I Googled. Natural beauty aesthetic, I think, is what I Googled. All right. This is what they gave me. Now, look at virtually all of these women. They do have some darker women in here, but like really look at what they're touting as. Like this photo right here of this girl, like with the silvery hair, like she has on makeup,
Yeah.
like makeup. But look at how like their hair is carefully tousled. It's not
Mhm.
like this is that's makeup. And like
Yeah.
all of us who are in the beauty community can, and really just women generally, can spot this. We can see like almost all of these pictures of a natural beauty aesthetic. They're all wearing makeup.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you showed some of these pictures to a straight cis man, he would be like, "Oh, this is what I like, natural beauty, girls who don't wear makeup." Like this is the shit they're gonna see. And they're gonna be like, yes. Like they're gonna look at this and be like, yes, this is what I like. I like it when girls don't wear makeup. She clearly has highlighter on, lip gloss, she's done her brows, her
Or at least
eyelashes
like
are done.
face serum. She's put on like some glossy face serum. Like she's put on something that like it's not just your natural skin.
Yes.
Like but again, like
Comb the brows, put
natural
on
beauty.
mascara. Like because listen, when you wake up in the morning, your most of our eyebrows are not in the right place. It doesn't even with me with my
Especially
17 hairs on each side.
and then when you have like thick brows, like if those are just like all of her natural brows, like they're
Yes.
rarely like that. Yeah, I think it's just like without color, men are like, oh, it's natural makeup. And then you
Yes.
put on like a little blush or a little red lip, and they're like, witch, get away. And you're just like,
Did you just say witch? I'm fucking done with you. I'm so done with you right now. I cannot believe you just yelled witch.
also Gabby is this. I hate the idea of lying when you wear makeup in society.
Yes.
Makeup is not a lie. I so agree with that.
It's like witch. Like,
I would say this for a lot of people that do no makeup, there's a lot of us out here wearing the same amount of makeup. It's just colorful or sparkly or glittery.
yeah.
Like,
And that's the thing. Like, I'm going to, here's the thing. If I'm going to wear makeup, I want to be wearing my makeup. Number one. Number two,
I love
I
it.
don't want to be. I told you. I
I'm
told you it just didn't hit right. Like, it just hit.
sorry.
It's because it was like so unexpected. And you're like, and then they're like, no, 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 witch. And you're like, whoa. Like,
Well, because I'm like, how fucking stupid are men? Like, how
I
stupid
love
are
that movie. So like the very idea of that, like if you because that's why I brought it up. Like that's what they think natural makeup is. And also take a look at the age of those women. They were all
Mhm.
very young looking, young-ish. I feel like most of them were between the ages of 13 to like 19 at most. So like this is what's being presented. And this is why it makes it harder for even influencers on YouTube and actors and actresses to even fess up or say like I've had work done or any of that.
Yeah.
Because like if you think back to the Ashley Simpson debacle, because yes, I'm that old, not even this
Yeah.
SNL thing, the where she got caught having talked about like natural beauty and loving
Yeah.
yourself, and then she got a nose job. We owe that woman an apology, period. We owe her
Mhm.
an apology for being shitty to her about that. And the reason we owe her an apology is because she was just spouting the shit that you have to spout as a woman who, if you don't like yourself, you have to say, like, I like everything about me, even though I hate this fucking bump on my nose, which she hated. She hated it. There was nothing wrong with her getting rid of that. But, and it's like, oh, well, she said this in an article. I'm like, of course she did. That's the shit you're supposed to say as a woman. As a woman, we're supposed
Especially
to
if you're
say, like,
playing the I'm not like other girls. I'm a
thank
punky
you.
girl. That's like alternative, but totally not because you're just,
Yeah,
whatever.
and we really owe her an apology. We need to go and be like, "Ashley Simpson, sorry. That was us, not you. You were doing what society asked of you, which was to pretend that you didn't give a shit about your fucking nose that you hated and people had made fun of you for, being like, huh, Ashley Simpson and her big nose." Be that was happening.
And again, if people didn't make fun of you, maybe you wouldn't have wanted the plastic surgery. Or maybe you still would have. But guess what? Like, why are we getting angry? Again, getting angry at women, particularly women who are not, or at people who get shit their whole entire life and finally decide to make a change. And now it's like, how dare you change your body? It's like, 2 days ago, you were calling me like a witch because I had a bumpy nose. And now I'm worthless because I had plastic surgery.
Wait, Feffy, what?
Wait, what?
Oh
He
no.
had I think a seizure or two this morning and was at the vet. Oh, I'm sorry, Feffy.
Well, hold on. You keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay. And Elise, this is how I feel. As a woman, you can't win for losing anyway, so do what you want. Agreed. Oh, Feffy. Oh, and you're right. Women say these other things to women, but again, I think I will always go back to the bigger systemic issues because if it wasn't being said at all, then a woman saying it to another woman would get shit about it. And instead, they just get encouraged by other people.
I was lighting a candle for sheep.
Yes.
And
Yeah, and
hope.
then and again, people compare when you're sisters, you get compared. And so like
And that's why Chloe's a whole ass mess. Like, she's been called the
Mo,
ugly sister that whole time. And imagine being called the ugly one. Ugh.
goodness. In my mind, Audra's walking
Oh.
to Chile to save sheep. I think the thing that so we as humans can stop comparing other people like to other people, like whether it's
Yeah.
sisters or musicians. Like I think so much because again I'm also older. I think so fucking much about like Britney versus Christina versus Mandy Moore, or like one black female rapper versus another black female. Like, how many people in the music industry just get constantly
Monique versus
compared?
Brandy, and there was no reason for it. There was none. Like,
There
they
can
could
be
just
more
both
than
exist in
one,
the same face.
but I think it was that game of like, let's cut these women down so that if there's any, at least there's only one. And a lot of women do that. And so it's just like,
Child, I had on neutral makeup, but it was obviously bright. All right. Because it was like coppery on my eyes. It was like a coppery neutral. And this guy was like, "Oh, it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup." I'm like, "Did you think my eyes were sparkly? Like, what the fuck?" Like, I was genuinely confused. Although, to be fair, he was actually uncooked chicken. And he took me on bomb ass dates, but carrot game was weak. Weak.
yeah.
Now that we've talked about beauty, let's talk about weak ass carrot game.
So basically, before we can go on to weak ass carrot game, I just wanted to say, I think what we can do is stop comparing.
Yes.
We can stop criticizing. I also think we could stop just like in a way kind of gossiping, trying to figure like talking about like, oh, they got a surgery done, like if they're not talking about it. And
Yes.
it's not really our business either way. I mean, if
Yes.
they're advertising something and we don't trust them, we can just choose to not look at the advertisement. We can choose to not support them. But I think that like talking about just constantly talking about women, that's a problem.
Yeah, because the comparison doesn't need to be there. The before surgery, after surgery conversation, we don't need to keep having.
Carrot
No.
game. I don't even know what that would be.
Make his carrot game weak. It was the betrayal, the sadness I had. It was, I, and I'm not a size queen, all right? I'm not. I'm not. It's how much work you put in, right? Right. There was no work put in. I don't know what he was doing. I don't
Nothing.
know.
Because that's what a lot of men like to do is nothing.
He was just moving so fast. And like,
Oh, he was doing the most, but not successful.
it was horrible. Like, I just wanted to go to bed. Like, I was just like, this is unfortunate. This is mediocre. Would not recommend. Like, 2 stars. I gave it 2 stars because the date was great and dinner was delicious. But the carrot game, that made me. I was like, you know what? Just for that, I'm putting my whole face on your white pillows. Also, who has white pillow? Only a complete sociopath is wandering around
Stop it.
with a white pillowcase.
In case you're watching and don't see this, Feffy said Audra was like, yes, give us nothing, which is our favorite comment on Trend Mood.
Yes.
Terrible
So then, like,
releases.
I was just like
Yay.
putting my face, like my brown face makeup is all over because I'm like, you're gonna have to wash this out. 'Cause since I didn't get none, you ain't gonna get none. You gonna need bleach. I am mad. Like I was.
Also, and Angelica, I'm not gonna highlight your comment, but go into the live chat if you're not and read it. But yeah, that's generally a feeling in that.
Listen, he was a great date planner. All right,
Cheryl.
Cheryl, you are a sociopath. No, I'm just kidding.
I think Mina is too. All my sheets and pillowcases are white mostly because I love the smell of bleach.
Listen,
Also,
me too.
not alone. Yeah.
Love the smell of bleach. We have almost killed ourselves multiple times cleaning. We know. The We Love Bleach Club. We know. We've gone overboard. We've gotten a little nuts. We're like, smells so clean. Why do I feel like passing out? Like,
It smells so clean. All of a sudden, you're like, why is it 4:30?
yes, Faye, we have gotten to the gutta part of the stream.
Yes, just a little
I
over an
just,
hour.
I didn't understand. And here was the thing, like he was very
He
like
can't sleep.
maybe it was because he was like a hipster, and I don't normally date hipsters. Like he had like the suspenders thing going and like a funky little beard. His
Major
beard
hit.
and hair and eyebrows were the same color as his skin.
And he was uncooked chicken? Ooh. Like, okay. Okay. That's a look.
Listen, I was trying a thing. It was my summer of dates, all right? Listen, okay, summer of
Mo is living
2019.
dangerously.
It was the summer of 2019. It was what I called the summer of dates, all right? I was on this thing where I was like, I'm just gonna go on bunches of dates, have a good time. He he I was trying something new, all right? And he was sort of funny, sort of interesting, but also like weirdly uptight in ways that I wasn't prepared for. And he drove a BMW. It was just a weird, we were not.
He sounds like he's a rich hipster. Like that he was trying to be a hipster because it's what's cool. Okay, that's all I'm gonna judge about hipsters. I do
I'm
live in
glad we
Brooklyn.
didn't stay together because honestly, I felt like he was going to be a crier after the deed, and that is, I can't. I'm not going to say that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm going to say me, emotionally unavailable Taurus, I cannot. If you start crying after the deed, I have to go immediately. And I felt like I could feel it welling up that he was gonna feed her hipster
I
by
just love the idea of like you just sensing it and being like just creeping further and further off the other side of the bed, like trying to like scoot yourself over.
Because the thing is, it's like, okay,
Oh, poor baby Faye. Faye's asking people cry after sex. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
hey, yes, people get like
Wait, that's true. Crying
emotionally.
during sex on first date. That's a lot. That's a
I
lot.
I
I
felt
love
like
how
I
you're
could
all like
feel it
on the right page.
like welling, and he had a roommate.
Ruthie.
I just, it's like
Ah!
the wedding nights. That's different. He's allowed to be
Okay.
emotional.
Yeah, I'm the asshole. It's okay.
Maybe. It's like this weird
Well, that's true.
emotional.
Happy cry or sad cry. Because I thought sad
So
cry for the wedding night. That's why I had that reaction.
oh,
Beth.
yes. Yes, emotionally unavailable Taurus is a thing. It's unfortunate. We're not the nicest people. I will say that. We are not the nicest people. We try to be nice, but it's like hard to be nice. Like I am nice when I love you. But when I don't love you, I will tear you a fucking apart. And I don't care. I don't care. Like I don't care. When I'm angry, when I have seen the point where I am like beyond, when I have
Yeah.
hit the beyond, he just and he was the thing. His like little finger game was good. He had small hands, but his little finger game was a good time. It was good. Like I and
Then like combine
when
them. Don't just okay.
well,
That's all.
he was doing that. He was good at like the mouth game was good. And then I don't know what happened when he introduced the carrot. There was flag on the play. Flag on the play. We should not have introduced the carrot. He also here was the thing. I was like I didn't realize this, but I was like the bounce back girl. Like he just like he recently apparently gotten out of a long relationship. He
Oh,
hadn't
you don't want those tears. You don't want those
yeah, and he
tears.
hadn't
'Cause-
since then. And he was one of those people who
oh
needs like
no.
emotional connection
Oh,
to like get it on, which I don't require and often don't want. Don't like
all bad
the first date
things.
thing. Let's just be let's
That's
be real.
red flag after red flag after red flag.
The first time that I sleep with you, it is imperative that you do not try to make eye contact with me. I don't want to look at your O face. And I don't want you looking at mine. Let's not make eye contact. That's fucking weird. We're not together. It makes me highly uncomfortable. I'm just like, why are you looking at me? Like I open my eyes and then there you are looking at me and I'm like, why are you looking at me? Like close your eyes and hump like a normal. Like hump like a normie, just like get to work. This is weird. And there's so many
No.
resources, Elise. There's so many resources. Like there is free pornography everywhere. It's free. It's free. There's Hub. There's Corn Hub. I'm gonna call it Corn Hub, but with a P. There's that. There's so much free stuff out there. There's people on YouTube telling you how to up your game. And if you still cannot up your game, like
It's because
sir.
if you could only do that by yourself, that
And
would
here's
you
the
would
thing,
have
I
to
get it.
fall in love with a teacher, and most women should not have to take on that role. I don't think so.
To be fair, I get that it could be awkward with me because I'm 90% leg. I get this. It is a difficult undertaking. You have to do a lot of maneuvering, building things, putting rails up. Like there's a lot of stuff you have to do.
You are being extreme. You're fine as hell. It should not be awkward.
It can like if we're the same height, it can be a little awkward because there's a lot of you gotta move me around a bit, like kind of do things with my legs and I'm a lot of leg. Like my body is all, and nobody really realizes how much leg there is until they're like, "We are naked," and I didn't realize that your legs were just underneath your titties. And I'm like, "They are." I'm so sorry. So there's a lot of maneuvering.
Legs.
I get that, but like adjust, make adjustments accordingly. Keep the party going. Cheryl, I'm sorry.
Also, this weird flex, but okay. 5'8" and all legs. Okay. Elise, this you and me
Fact.
both, but I'm also asexual, so there's that. Um,
Here's the thing. I've also yet to meet a man who can outdo performance one. Like performance one, oh my God, like my hair blew off, you know? My toes that were painted are now not painted. Like it was so good, the polish just came off my toenails. But then like the second time around, I'm like, what did you do? Are you doing the same thing you did last time? That's not gonna work. What are you doing? Are you doing the same thing? Are you doing the same play?
it makes sense
Honey,
why you don't need to be emotionally connected with somebody to have sex because
thank
you would
you. That's what I'm
never
not.
enjoy one and done. Call it a day.
Someone say my body is a wonderland.
uh, I guess
Yeah.
teacher. it depends. It depends, in my opinion. Like, I think there's a level, but I also think that men have to put in the work. And I know a lot of women that have tried to teach a lot of men that then don't put in the work.
It's
But
it's it's the go to the left and the right and the left and do this, go back forwards. Now we get behind me, get on top. I'm on top. Now you're on top. Now twerk me sideways. Put me on my side.
you can make a
That's
song
for
out of
me.
this. You should make a
That's too
song
much.
out of this. You should make a song.
That is where I get where I'm like, listen, I'm having to tell you to do too much stuff to get me to be happy. Like,
I'm talking too much for this interaction.
you know,
Oh,
like the coconut oil guy who just
if you
that to this
haven't seen
day
that video,
legit one of the worst. Like that has got to be one of the worst experiences I've had in my entire life. In my entire life, it was so horrible. I was so annoyed. I was
I
like,
agree, Feppy. Your song, your sexy time instruction song would be more popular than WAP.
Beppy, I'm sorry. She said, "Oh my God, coconut oil guy. Why do you remind me of my nightmare?"
Also, Holly, you have a good one there. My man has a PhD in downtown tricks. Was honestly shocked and made me wonder what other guys were doing.
I don't know. Some of these fools are still out there spelling the alphabet with their tongue. Can we please have a talk? Y'all really
Level up. Level up.
bloop bloop bloop.
Yes, me. This. I'm just coconut oil guy.
Holly, there are so many techniques. Like there's being on your side, right? There's the side party. You get on your side party, but like there's this leg up, and then there's also this leg down. Like squeeze your legs together, or like bring it up, or like bring it back, bring it forward. There's a lot you can do on your side that can give you. Also, ladies, if your spot is further up in there, learn to rotate and rock your hips in certain ways so that even if they're not necessarily hitting it, you can make them. And that is how.
I just love that coconut oil guy counts as terror Tuesday to me.
I can't remember a time I had it worse other than when I was like breaking up with the Greek guy. And and the last time we got together, I like he was going to work. He was putting in all this work that wasn't good work, by the way. He wasn't really that great, but he's putting in all this work. And I am literally sitting there, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, after this, I'm going to go to Target because I need a vacuum cleaner. Like,
Oh my god.
but coconut oil guy was the worst. Like, I don't. Let's just say that somebody came to provide me with a massage. We were dating. It's not like some random person. I didn't hire somebody, although, if I had, it would have been like this, is what I'm saying. So we were dating. He came to give me a massage. The massage was a letdown. Like it was supposed to go into sexy time, and oh, it did. And no one came.
Do you remember which video this was on?
It was one of my like nightmare dates videos, I think.
Okay. Also, I like this who ate kitty like like it was pink starburst.
See, there you go.
That's a delicious comparison. I don't know why.
I listen.
This, ladies, if your man makes you remember what you forgot to pick up at Walmart during sex, he is not the one.
If you were making a list of anything during the loving times, it's not the one.
No.
It's not the one.
If your
Like,
brain is thinking of almost anything besides it.
if you're thinking about what look you could make with your next palette, they are not the one.
You are thinking of what's on your wish list for your makeup purchases. They are not the one.
If you are thinking about tweeting
Noah
out your
Kane is the
Amazon wish
ultimate horror
list
story.
of all the things that you want from Amazon, they're not the one.
This is like you might be a redneck.
I know.
We're just like spitting out like.
If you
Also,
were
that's how
thinking to
old I am
yourself,
as
maybe I
well.
should just let the dog in. They are not the one.
Meg, the limiting factor with those acrobatics though is when you're dealing with a country fair blue ribbon squash rather than a carrot. Oh, they got so many moves that are comfy for me with that. This description.
Done. I'm done with life.
Oh my gosh.
Like, yes, yes, honey. If you were cataloging your cleaning detergents, he is not the one. If I
Meg
am
broke
reciting
me.
all of the lines to Clue while they're just
Oh,
going at it, like, ugh. And here's the thing: if you have to go, do you like that? The answer's no. Like,
that.
the answer's no. If you ask, like, do you like that? No. The answer's no. I've made no noise.
This. If you say yup right there, he changes position. He's definitely not the one. You're like, I told you right there. Or I told you to the left. Why'd you just go to the right? Why'd you just go up?
Why did I say I'm close and you stop what you were doing? You're not the one.
Unless this is a BDSM relationship and we have discussed these plans,
Thank you. But
that
in
is
my
not
regular
kosher.
coconut vanilla lifestyle,
Yeah. Just I just the idea of like, oh, I tell you it's good, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna change things, and you're
no,
like,
sir.
what? What? Oh, Tia, no,
Absolutely not.
no.
What are we gonna
Um,
Oh my
yeah.
god. Like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like there are enough well, never mind. Lesbians would never. I was gonna say there are enough lesbians that could teach,
No,
but
no.
how do you anyways.
I
How do
just
you
think
get the
that there are
truth over to your lair if the men
other
know?
ways to learn. That's what I'm going to say. Also, I was doing some hunting on YouTube. I'm about to share a link. That is the link to Coconut Oil Guy. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen this Audra video, go fucking watch it. And yes, I did check the comments to make sure, because of course I had left a comment about Coconut Oil Guy. So that right there, if you've forgotten it or never seen it, you should go watch this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, there is nothing wrong. I just feel like if both sides could be more vocal, because like I myself, I have difficulties with being vocal because I'm trying to figure out how to not be a complete bitch about it. So like that's the
There.
problem like I have when they're like, "Do you like that?" And I'm just like, so like that's why like my response to like those kinds of questions is not good. I'm like, and so I'm just like, yes, it's great. I'm having such a good time. Keep doing that. Are you almost finished? Because shit to
Welcome,
do.
Alex. You
Like,
have walked into the after dark part of the night, deep into that.
oh, I love smudge so
Aww.
much. Alex is always kind enough to send me like random
Oh,
smudge pics, and I love it.
he's not gonna feel validated. Nah.
He's not gonna feel validated.
No,
If he
not with
watches
that
my channel, he's
story.
gonna be sad. Luckily, I'm pretty sure I blocked him. I could not have. It's too late now
Happens.
because I deleted his number. But Hmm. This is a problem I regularly have with dating. I swear I'm about to start dating again. And like, it's not even for the views. I'm just gonna start dating again. I'm gonna tell you all the bullshit that's happening.
I like how you preface with it's not even for the views.
I just want to
Okay.
talk about it. Like who I need to talk about like all the terrible like things that happen. Listen, my life is embarrassing. Okay? I live in a constant state of embarrassment and I like sharing it with y'all, because a lot of y'all have some of this embarrassment and you have stories so we can share our embarrassment together instead of having secondhand embarrassing. Oh,
Drunken Lovey. Smudge. Wait, what animal is it? I'm always terrible at
sugar
remembering.
glider.
Smudge is a sugar glider. Just to clarify in case anybody doesn't know.
No, we're just like,
Yes, I also cannot wait to live vicariously through you, Audra, because
oh,
I
it's
don't
gonna
want
be
any
hot.
of that, but I want to hear the stories.
Like I feel like my profile is gonna be like goth aesthetic. Will punch you in the face, but not because you asked me to.
I need to see what happens from that. I need to.
Like my dog comes first and you come third, and they're like, "Who's second?" None of your fucking business. Like,
Okay, now this needs to be your dating profile. Ah.
we're going in a second, buddy. He's doing his like I got a POOP face, but yeah. I know, I know. I went a little longer today.
Oh, had to get some fun carrot after dark convo happening. This was a really good conversation, though, including the silliness
I
after
know.
the main topic.
First of all, Tia, I, I don't I don't
What?
fuck around with Tinder. We're going high class. We're going Bumble, where
Hmm.
I have to awkwardly be the one to
Awkward.
start
Yeah, you.
conversation. So awkward. But yeah.
Tisha! I think we should collectively opt to victory screech or complete silence. And when finished, Marie Kondo emerges from the closet and asks, "Does this man spark joy?" And he goes his way or in the pits. I want to see this as like a skit at least, like somehow produced in the world, or a graphic novel or something. Because that perfection.
Sir,
Oh,
do you think that fucking up my stop it? You know, you are a giant monster and I always forget how big you are. Just stop it. Yes, I want to be able to scream like a pterodactyl when it's good. Like so all women everywhere know that I got it. It was good. Like I just like, and everybody's like, "Oh, Audra got it. It's good. It was good this time." And if it wasn't good, like I just like a bell is rung, like a gong. It's like boom, like three times, boom, boom, bong, and then like these monk type people with like robes and shit come and escort
or
the
there's just
offender out of my home.
just shame, bong, shame, bong, shame. I will
Like, as they're
forever
walking,
think of that
as they're walking
damn
with their monk
Game of
outfit.
Thrones theme.
Yes, like
Give
as they're
me-
walking with the monk outfit, they're escorting him out, and they're just like, shame.
Wait, jalapeno guy? That sounds bad. That sounds like bad news.
Listen, my church got sad when you said jalapenos. So like, oh, do you know what though?
What?
It's probably along those same lines as spearmint gum, like peppermint gum.
Mm.
Yeah, that was the day. That was the night that I learned it burns on the hair. Like I was like, ah!
Ava, it required milk. That tells the whole. Well, that tells enough of the story. But also, this. I love how everyone loves the pterodactyl scream.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god, that's so
I
horrible.
really like need this version of Audra, like animated or in a movie or somehow like just so you can have the seed where you actually do that scream. And it
I
just goes
know.
out into the world.
Yeah, like yes.
You're a troop. I mean, I don't know what happens.
Yeah,
So I don't know, but you're a trooper. I'm
but
gonna say
that's
that.
love. You know what? Love
That's true.
survives jalapenos. I was not in love, and therefore it did not survive that
They
peppermint ass
don't mean
gum,
it
that
like
your
that.
minty ass gum. Don't let somebody who's been
Oh,
chewing minty gum go down to your down.
Merch.
Okay.
You screaming like a oh. Mm. And I can just imagine like your hands up like with the nails, just like
For real.
oh, he was sad. I was sad. Oh.
Maybe go stop that.
At least you were on the same level. It wasn't some bullshit if he's just like, oh sorry. And like you're stuck dealing with that.
I'm so sorry.
It's
I
okay.
can go out and come back.
I don't know. What do you think? We've been going on for about almost an hour. Well, it's an hour 40 now.
I'm chill AF. How about y'all? Y'all let me know if y'all wants to go to bed. I gotta take him to poop.
We got it.
So if I just
Yes,
take it, and I poop,
continue.
we'll talk. We'll have more fun talks. Maybe Vinny will show up. Not Vinny. All
Birds are
right, I will
descended from
be right
dinosaurs.
back.
Okay, that sounds good. Meg said, I exchanged karma for you with Ava. One Halloween, I did full green body paint and went home with a person who said he never got off from a taste test. Not Vinny. Keep the party going. I love it. Ugh, icy fresh or fiery burn. Yeah, that's a big no. Oh my god. He woke up with a green carrot that he couldn't clean because he wouldn't exchange favors. All of the chat is making me laugh, but it's like just not Vinny, dump truck time. I love this so much. But really, is anybody an illustrator in the chat that can do like pterodactyl ultra? Is that a thing? We do that? I want somebody to do that. Like fierce. Anyway. Ava, though, I am sorry you had to deal with a jalapeno situation. Cause that I mean, I've had mistakes with jalapenos, let's just say. What? That is some bullshit. Mo got seriously hurt with the endometriosis and was crying, and he wanted to continue. Yeah, you do not deserve this taco. Any taco. Fuck that. It doesn't have to be. I mean, if you draw like on paper, we can take it into digital. Pterodactyl Audra, but make it fierce. Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps. Drew is Soda Pop Sketches on Instagram, by the way, is a lovely artist who has done some art for me that one day I will get my shit together and turn into some merch. But I've been slacking. But yeah, that's not okay. If you're ever in pain and somebody still wants to do anything, they don't they don't deserve you. I'm just gonna say it like that. I have lost things to talk about, but that's okay. I always feel awkward when it's just one person in chat. Honey, I instantly started reading this as not Vinny. I cannot do the accent, but you want to be big on YouTube? Dinosaurs roaring like pterodactyl after sex, roaring like a raptor after dinner, roaring like a T-Rex after a good poop. Dinos are popular. Oh, I haven't seen that. Drew made a lip gloss eating Misa. Oh. Tasha, I don't have stories of my own, but so I live vicariously through others and bad fanfics. So thank you all for supplementing. Well, as I like to say, not like to, but I feel like I do say at least once a stream. I'm also asexual, so I don't really have stories either. So if Audra wants to get back on the dating scene, I will fucking happily listen to the stories. Oh, thank you. This is the Glam Light ice cream palette happening tonight. Yes, Mo. Tell them to get the fuck out. Wait, what? Our high school health teacher told us that if we wanted to keep going, use the poke, pop, and pull method. We threatened our classmates with it. Wow. Oh, thank you, Angelica. It's like a rainbow haze, but potato cam is being potato cam. That's okay though. But I like it so far. Ooh, best I ever had was in a cat suit. That sounds pretty delicious. Maddie asks, what is your dream collab? Literally anyone at all, doesn't have to make sense. Oh, I don't know. Think on this. Also, I agree, Ruthie. It's why I didn't even read it. Because I'm gonna say this: virginity is fake. Just like money is fake, virginity is fake. You might be sad. Being sad is real. I understand that, but yeah. Poke, pop, and pull are the names of the serial elves. That would be hilarious. Yeah, that. I live vicariously through stories, bad fanfic, good fanfic, and better romance novels. I love that pterodactyl screech is now going to be code for just like loving something, having a damn good time. I will keep you updated on my thoughts on it. This is such a good line, Alex. Virginity only means something if you're olive oil. Okay, wait. A dream collab. I don't know. Damn. I'm literally just. But I agree with this. Poke, pop, and pull sounds like bop it, twist it, pull it, pass it. This is not a game. See, I wasn't thinking specifically with me, but with me, sure. It could be lethal and I could get them to make some more textured shimmers because I'm not a huge fan of their original formula. And they've said before that they would keep doing that formula and then do some of them the more shiny duochrome formulas that they've done recently. Um, but yeah, I feel like lethal. And I would just be like, come into the duochrome shimmery, glittery world, please. But yeah, lethal matte formula is perfection. I just love how Faye just kept going. Lethal, 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 lethal. Audra has blessed us with another great thing. The pterodactyl screech. Yep, 35-year-old church going, not during Crony's time, Catholic, and I've never had sex, let alone dated anyone. I'm not better or worse. I'm not better or worse of a person for it. I completely agree. Duck, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. Yeah, right now it will probably be lethal. I feel that. I don't even duck, dip, duck, dive, dodge.
All right. We talking about dating? Talking about
Uh,
dating? All right. So listen. I have diversified my portfolio. All right. My portfolio has been diverse. All right. So here's what if you want to know, I have seminars now. I have seminars on how to create the perfect dating profile for your apps. All right. Your apps, because I'm a cool kid. Right. All right. All right. So first of all, make sure you like tacos. All right. Everybody likes tacos. You like tacos. You know, Michelle Wong, she doesn't like tacos. Luckily, she's already married. Otherwise, she would not get any hits on the dating profile. You wanna make it? You wanna get love? You wanna find somebody? You wanna date? Tacos, sushi. Make sure you like to do outdoorsy things. You like to hike, all right? Hiking is very big right now because of the what are your kids calling it today? The Ronas. Hiking, very big right now. Hiking, yeah. Because you can stay 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. You can do it. And you can be like, oh my God, I love you so much. You're so beautiful, handsome. You're amazing, all right? Just like hiking. Make sure the hiking is a thing. Hiking. Don't forget the hiking. Make sure your pictures are of you doing things, all right? You can't just be like smiling in a selfie, all right? Nobody wants to see your selfies anymore. They're like, no selfies. No, we don't want you in a Snapchat filter, all right? Don't do the ones with the, and it makes your face real skinny. Nobody likes it. Also, if you're dating a dude, listen, this secret, normally, this would be part of the VIP package, all right? Part of the VIP package. It would cost you $3,000 for this, but I'm going to give you the secret to you. I'm going to give it to you. It's for free, all right? If you find a male, because you are heteronormative, you see, I understand the terms, all right? If you are heteronormative and a male has a Snapchat filter in his profile, make sure you swipe left. Don't swipe right. There's something wrong with this gentleman. There's something wrong, all right? Men who do this, it's not okay, all right? They're being ironic, funny, ironic. It's not cute, all right? Don't date like that. It's not, I'm just telling you. As my name's not Vinny, but I'm just telling you. It's someone whose name isn't Vinny. If I were to find a guy who did that, like, no, the answer is no. Just don't do that, all right? Make sure you get on, like, listen, if you're on Tinder and all you see abs, washboard abs, listen, the secret, $500. All you see are abs and there's nothing in the profile. That's all they want. That's it. There's nothing. Don't expect a relationship. Just go. Use them as a human toy and move on about your business. Don't get to know them better. There's nothing to know. They're not smart people. They're not intelligent. They're not interesting. They're like, actually you're better off with your toy. But if you need human companionship and interaction, exactly. Feffy knows what I'm cooking. You need to take them to your home. You need to be like, these are all my makeups. Can you handle all my makeups? I'm a beautiful swan. I'm a peacock. What is it? Audra says? She says, caca. She says, I'm a beautiful peacock, caca. You gotta show them who you really are. You can't hide your makeups. You can't pretend that you don't wear the makeups. Don't do that. Because then you're gonna have to spend your entire life with them, being like, I don't wear the makeups. I don't wear the makeups. No, just show it to them. First date, show them all of it. Just be like, this is, my $30,000 worth of makeup. Even if it's not worth $30,000. Just tell them. Just be like, this is my $30,000 worth of makeup. And they're like, you spent $30,000 in makeup. You're like, yeah, you spent, $30,000 on that shitty fucking car you drove me in. So like, yes, this is my $30,000. One is better than the other. I look good. Your car is a piece of shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You're like, I look good. Your car is a piece of shit. Did you hear it? Tick, 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 ticking the whole time? Did you hear ticking? Did you hear it? I heard the ticking. I ignored it because I'm fucking polite. I ignored the ticking of the car because I'm a polite person. You know what I'm saying? But like, you over here judging me on makeups, my white vanity. I got a white vanity from my makeup, and you're judging it. You're over here with the lights and the cameras, and you're like, oh, you do what? You do YouTube? Yeah, I do YouTube. What do you do? Oh, you sit in an office, so you're better than me? Make sure you're very confrontational. Make sure you are confrontational to anything negative that they have to say about you. Be confrontational, because that's how you're going to know. That's how you're really going to know if they want to date you or if they just want to like. And if that's what you want too, then like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You get a good time. You have a good time. But make sure if all you're in for is a good time, make sure they leave immediately. Post haste. Did you hear that? Those are my big words. Post haste. When you're done, be like, that was great. You need to leave. And if they're like, what? You go, the door, that away. The door is that away. Let them know. Point. Make sure you point. If you don't point, sometimes men can be dumb. They can be dumb. If you don't point, sometimes they don't understand where exactly the door is. If you have to be nude making them leave, be nude making them leave, because that lets them know you're serious, you know? Don't put clothes on. Don't put clothes on. Just get up naked and be like, here is the door. Open it and like usher with your hand. Be like, thank you for your service, sir. Thank you. It is appreciated. If you feel the need to, if you feel it, you can salute. You know, if it was good, you can salute. If it was not good, don't salute. Don't salute if it was terrible, right? Don't salute if it was terrible. All right? Just saying.
I'm just sitting here laughing. Nothing to add. Nothing to add.
I understand, you know, 2020, men date men. It's fine. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Men should date men because they're the only ones who can put up with men. You know what I'm saying? Of course, men should date men. They're the only ones who can put up with men. Women try really hard. They try really hard. They're like, okay, I'm going to try to put up with a man. But you know what? The socks, crusty. Boxes, crusty. Tidy whities, crusty. You know who can handle that? Another man. My name isn't Vinny. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you. Another man can put up with that shit. Women are like, why is all your shit crusty? Do you wash anything? Ever? Do you unfold it? Do you unfurl it? Do you unfurl things before you put them in the fucking washer? The answer is no. No, they do not. They don't. They don't unfurl shit. And that is why it smells like shit. Period. That's what the kids are saying, right? Period. Period. Point blank. Poo. There we go. I did it.
Welcome to Not Vinny, Domo.
I did it.
That's all I can really say.
You know, that is why I am shocked and surprised every day of my life that all women aren't lesbians. Just destroys my mind. Why? Why aren't all women lesbians? Women are soft. They are beautiful. They are kind. They do good things. They're like, hey, why don't I cook you some dinner? And they mean it, you know, when they want to. They're like, why don't I cook you some dinner? You're like, all right, this is great. It's great. You ask a man, why don't I cook you some dinner? You know what he says? It's about time. See? That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. This is why. I'm shocked. Why are women? What do y'all say today? Why are men? I say, why are women? Why are women? Why are women dating men? So confused. Right? I'm just saying, I get it. I know there are going to be so many people who are like, oh, not Vinny. You have so many, you know, crazy opinions. You're like giving too much of the tea. You see that? The tea. I'm part of it. You know, I'm part of your community. That's why I do these seminars, because I understand. I spill the tea. Post taste, I spill the tea. So I'm just saying. Exactly. Women they smell so good. Have you ever been near a woman by accident? Because I know many of the men on these dating apps have only really been by women by accident. Have you ever been by them by accident and you're just like, oh. You know, I'm just saying, the fact that men exist is amazing in and of itself. The fact that women have not destroyed the male race, the male species, amazing. Hats off to you ladies who just keep keeping them around. Hats off to you men, but like not as much, because like you should be dealing with this. You're used to it. You grew up with this. This is your fault. Men should date men. Women should date women. Period. Pooh. There we go. You see that? I'm in the know. I know. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you how it should be, because like women together would be so much happier. And then you just borrow a man when you want. If you're like, I want to get fertile, want to have a baby, you just borrow a man, one of the men who are dating it. You're like, hi, how are you doing? Would you like to share a family with us? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, great. But instead, women are out here foolishly dating men. And for that, men, you should be grateful. You should be grateful because these women, they put in so much work, so much work. They're out here taking selfies. They're having their BFFs. You see that? It's part of the lingo. If you didn't know, BFF stands for best friend forever. Doing that. I also think more men should drink out of straws because they are very convenient. I know that they think that it's like, oh, I look so feminine drinking out of a straw. But you know what looks dumber? Missing your mouth, getting it all over you. You're trying to be handsome and sexy and like make the lady be like, oh my gosh, he's debonair. And then what happens? All over your mouth, all over. Just, psh. Are y'all still wearing V-neck shirts on a date? Please stop it. Women don't like it. Please stop. Because that shirt is 13 years old. It has nothing left holding it together. The V-neck, it's just like kind of an oval at this point, and it's sad. The ladies are upset. Please stop wearing that sad oval V-neck shirt. The ladies, they would like you to stop it. They want you to stop doing that to them. All right? Please.
Buy a new shirt finally, please.
Don't wear Crocs on a date. All right, guys? Don't wear Crocs. The ladies don't like Crocs. They're not cute. Also, the Jesus sandals. Gotta go. They don't want to see your toes. Women do not want to see your feet. We do not. Oh my God. They don't want to see it. Not on a first date. All right, buddy? They don't want to see your toes on a first date. They want to make that adjustment and figure that out later. You got to get them reeled in, with flowers and love and care. And once you do all that, then you can unveil your talents. All right? And she will direct you on how to correct that situation that you have down there.
Stop it. I don't want to see toes, period. Men's toes, no, you can keep them.
We're going to do enough to scar women emotionally. The last thing we need to do is show them a face.
Flowers and care before sausage toes. Yes. Thank you.
Flowers and care. Because listen, we know what's happening down there with your fungal situation, your black toenail. All right? She will direct you. Once she's in love with you, she will direct you on how to clear that situation up. And that is why men get better when they're married to women. That's like men being married to women. That's why they get better. Because women are like, I don't know what's going on down there, but there's a whole city of bad. There's a whole city of bad going on with your feet. Also, that hair growing out of that mole on your back, she will help you with that. She will pluck it. You know why? Because she cares. Don't get mad. They'll be like, why are you so obsessed with my body hair? That's what women do. Also, while she's doing that, she's checking you out for the rest of the moles, man. Checking you out for the rest of the moles. Did one get bigger? She's going to know. Just saying.
She's keeping you alive. Checking for the skin cancer.
Now, as Mo has stated here, I will, in fact, evaluate your wardrobe. I will also evaluate your profile and make sure that it's interesting. Make sure you have the sushi. You got to have the sushi. Make sure you have a photo of you doing something outdoorsy. Even if you're not doing something outdoorsy, just go to like a dirt hill, contractors. They're always doing construction, especially in Texas. Construction's everywhere. Just find a dirt hill, be on top of it with a backpack. Fine. Take a picture. Outdoorsy. All right. But then the trick is when they ask you to do something outdoorsy, this is a huge secret. All right. This secret is priceless. When they ask you to do something outdoorsy, you have allergies. All right. Your allergies are really acting up. And what you need is a lobster dinner. All right, there you go. And you're finished. They'll stop asking you for outdoorsy stuff because now they got to take you to a lobster dinner. They don't want to have to take you to a lobster dinner again. So you are saved from all outdoorsy activities, even though you have an outdoorsy photo. Listen, the men who hold up fish, all right? They're trying to be outdoorsy. They're going a little far with it because it seems more like they love the fish than they like dating women. Perhaps they do. Who knows? We don't know what happens on those boats. There's a lot of beer and those fish are big. and they have big mouths. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. All right? Cool. Free secrets, because I love you. That's all I'm going to say.
This.
Now, Ronnie, but you're a fabulous man, and you're smart. You know, you're a catch. I'm not sure. You're just amazing, and I'm so confused by why you don't have all the things. You should have all the things, you know?
Oh.
Angelica, thank you so much for the super sticker. It's amazing. It's fabulous. It's wonderful. As what does that man say? It's tremendous. It's tremendous. It's a tremendous thing. Deja, no. Everybody does not have opposable toes. I don't know where you got that idea. It's not true. Please do not think that that is true. There are finger toes. Listen, finger toes are all right. Finger toes pick things up when you don't want to bend down. Finger toes are perfectly acceptable. More people should have finger toes, to be honest, especially when you're tall. The taller you are, the more you want to have finger toes, all right? If you are 5'8" and above, you need finger toes. If you don't have them, find a partner who does. That's a good secret, see? Giving you a secret. You don't have finger toes, find a partner who has finger toes. Somebody will be picking up things with their feet. And it could be sensual, you know, you could make it sensual. You can make it a sensual thing, you know? They could probably undress you with their feet. Freaky, sure. But different. You know, it's something to keep in the repertoire of sexual fun and activity. That's all. You got to keep things back there. You got to keep, you know, some weird shit back there, you know? You know?
There is nothing more I could add to Not Vinny. There is truly, I'm sorry, you just have to hear my weird laughter.
Finger toes are perfect for you, all right? So I'm sure you're asking, where do we go for our first date? First of all, don't go to their house because you don't want to end up with your face being worn on their face in case, you know, they're psycho killer, all right? So you go somewhere public and exciting, like Chili's. Chili's is public. It is very exciting. They have very dry ribs that are disgusting. Most of the food is gross. It is gross. So you will have to have conversation. That's the point of going to Chili's. It's also very loud, so you have to get closer to each other to hear one another. And that's how you'll know if their breath is good or bad. You see what I'm saying? You have to be close. And if they breathe in dragon fire into your direction, you know. You're not going to kiss them. Just enjoy your free meal with your dry microwave food.
Your free, disgusting food. Your free, disgusting food.
Don't worry. You can eat after. You still have money. You didn't pay for this date.
This Not Vinny's guide to the perfect dating profile. Now, 3 easy payments of $49.95.
That's cheap. That's cheap. You're going cheap on 3 easy payments of $49.99. My God, you're trying to destroy my livelihood here. It's 3 easy payments of $99.99. All right, or at least.
Normally, 3 easy payments of $399.99, but for $99.99, 3 times over.
93 run, you're exactly right. If they are greatly enjoying their Chili's meal, go to the bathroom, leave immediately. Get an Uber. If they're like, oh my God, the salad is delicious with all the corn. They put corn in everything these days. Corn doesn't need to be in everything. If there's corn in the salad and they order that corn salad, it's also time for you to leave. Just go. All right? It's not okay.
Make sure you grab your purse, pretend like you're going to the bathroom.
Yes. Be like, I'm on my period. I need this bag. That way they also know that there's no sex. It is not. It is not. Did you read the article?
You can't get up.
The straight, the heteros, is that what we're calling them these days? The heteros who won't wash their ass because they're afraid. They're like, it's gay. I'm not going to wash my ass because it's gay. I just let the water run down the crack. Son, water is not getting your dingleberries. Water is not getting your dingleberries. This is an unfortunate turn of it.
Or your feet. Your disgusting feet.
Wash your ass. These are things that have to happen. All right?
I You can't.
Don't worry if they see you walking out, all right? Don't worry. Just keep moving. If they get up from the table, start calling your name, just like run. Just start running. Run. All right? Run as fast as you can. Look scared, though, too. Look scared as you run so that the other patrons will block him from getting to you. Be like, oh, it will help you. Just saying, you know? Just, I'm trying to help you. Trying to help you. Do not, like, I mean, I know Chili's is like, but seriously, if they love Chili's, you need to let them go. I know it's hard. I know, because you're like, I love them. We have so much in common. They didn't wear sandals on the state, but they are voraciously enjoying the Chili's meal. And they think that margarita is so good. It's watered down trash, all right? It's watered down trash. Cecily, you smell what I'm cooking. Screech like a pterodactyl as you flee. Nobody can argue with this, all right? You will be safe. You will be fine. You will be okay. As long as you screech, run fast, clutch the purse, and be like, he's trying to eat me, all right? He said he was going to eat me. Just run, all right? People are going to be confused. They're not exactly going to know what's happening, you know? They're going to be like, what? Let's just block his way. We don't know what's happening. You know what I mean? They're just going to be like, oh, I don't know. Escape. Always have Uber on speed dial. And by speed dial, I mean ready to push the button to be like, yes, I'm ready now. All right? Run outside, go hide in the bushes. All right? It's fine. Hide in the bushes. Nobody's going to say anything. Nobody's going to say anything. People are too polite at the Chili's to say anything about you weirdly, you know, squatting down in the bushes. All right? They're just going to be like, oh, I don't know. It's Chili's. That's what they're going to say. Thank you. You got to do what you got to do, you know? If, however, you can't get up from the table, what I need you to do, this is my biggest secret ever, all right? This secret, it's really worth like 5 G's, period, all right? If you're sitting at the table, you realize things have gotten way the fuck out of hand. What you got to do is fan your hands out like this around the back of your neck and then go...
I didn't think the first rendition of Not Vinny could have me laughing. I didn't think that anybody could have me laughing harder. And I'm like, I said, like, I mean, I guess I am wheezing. I just keep making my high-pitched noises. I'm okay. I just can't. That's been my laugh for my entire life. Welcome. He's called me a women again now. The tap just had me falling. I think I took 1 or 2 because, like, I definitely took 1 or 2, and then I was like, "Oh shit, I'm running late." Yes, I feel like this is peak Novinny. Yes, Bethany.
Yes, honey. As soon as I made that noise, I was fucking done. I was finished.
As soon as I saw you start to do this, I was like, "Oh, she's gonna do it."
I made that, I was like, I'm finished. I'm finished for life. Like, these are literally all the things I've ever wanted to do on a date. Just be like.
Okay, when you were out walking, Bo, what was I already talking about? How we really need Audra the pterodactyl, like, screech as merch. Like, just you, like, long nails, just, like, screeching. Because the pterodactyl screech is already, like, vocabulary in the live stream. Like, so many people... I was done at, like, the beginning. I don't know. Full colored lizard, exactly. Full Jurassic Park like horror movie.
I finished myself up. I'm so sorry. Hey, that's like my normal sex life.
No apology needed. Oh.
Alrighty. Well,
To anybody that had not met Not Vinny before, there's no apologies, but just welcome. And yeah, that's Not Vinny. Audra can do character acting.
With
I'm
your
calling
legs.
it character. Hey, and you have really long legs, so it works.
Knowing me though, I'll get tripped up and I'm like pass out.
You like run over the hostess and get stuck in a tumble. And they're like, wait, I think you were going towards the bathroom, not leaving. And you're just like,
I know. Just like hissing at people randomly. So I will definitely say on that note, because honestly, my headset is like trying to like die on me. It's like little. Give me the yellow vibes over here. Like, bitch, we're going down.
Y'all got a solid like half-hour episode of Not Vinny. So cheers to that. Cheers to me just like losing every piece of mental capacity I had. Yes, this is pure.
We will be live again on Thursday on Emily's channel.
Yes.
It is going to be a good time. I hope to see you all there. I am planning my Vlogmas. I know you're like, oh my God, it's October. You have to plan that shit in advance. Otherwise, it's like a whole ass nightmare. Like it shows up and you're like, I planned nothing. So you got to plan now.
And I'm over here like, I don't know if it's worth it. So don't
I hope it is.
expect. Well, I think your version will be, but I'm not going to spoil that. I think your version will be, but the version I would probably do. Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully I'll be in full golf regalia by then. I'll just be like, I'll have a veil. I'll have to peel it back to like do a live and be like, I have arrived.
Oh, Cheryl. I was in pain when I came into live pain gone. Audra's the best anti-inflammatory.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Also, Rami. I gave and then this.
Listen.
This is why men deserve men.
Thank you. Not Vinny was
Thank
correct.
you. Thank you all for being amazing and for just bringing so much to every chat. You'll always make the conversations so amazing, so great. We're excited to do our Thursday stream and hopefully hang out with everyone on Thursday, same time.
Yes, don't forget to like, share, do all those wonderful things. And until next time,